Hello everybody, Dibz here, and today we're going to be exploring the PTR newest game mode called the Arcade. Now if you go into the Arcade, there are different types of game modes in here as well. It's going to be a 1v1, 3v3, and 6v6 mystery heroes. Today we're going to be focusing on the 1v1 Mystery Duel, and if you right click on that, it shows you these specific rules. So on the rules it says there are 2 players, so it's going to be a 1v1 of course, and then you're going to have a random hero selected, which is a mirrored hero. So whichever hero that you are selected, you're going to be going against as well. So it's going to be a Tracer versus Tracer, McCree versus McCree, Symmetra versus Symmetra, all those types of random heroes. But then there's another 2 rules here that says that you're unable to play Lucio and Mercy, because I feel like if you have those 2 heroes playing against each other, it's going to take forever, right? But yeah, it's going to be a best out of 9. You just have to get, the first person has to win 5 games. And yeah, once you reach your 5 wins, then you're going to get your win. And the best thing about this is that if you play any of these game modes and if you win 3 games, you will get a loot box, and you can get 3 loot boxes every week, and it resets every week. It's very nice. You can play whichever game mode you want. So if you really like 1v1s, you can just focus on that, or if you like 3s, you can do that too. But yeah, anyway, we're going to be focusing on 1s today, and we're going to see how this goes. Alright, so it looks like we were able to find a game. It's going to be on the Eco Point Antarctica, which is like a small arena in which you do the 1v1s and also 3v3s along with the other game modes. But yeah, we got Hanzo first. So for Hanzo, what you want to normally do is use your sonar arrow on that little board right there. It allows you to see them, your enemy Hanzo opponent. Most of the time, they like to hover around this, not hover, they like to stay around this point. And just like lob arrows, and you can use your scatter arrow to shoot across that wall and perhaps get some extra damage off on them whenever you can. So you always want to stay up here, because if you get into these small corridors on my left and right, what happens is that you end up being able to throw a scatter arrow in there and kill the Hanzo whenever they peek in there. But actually I wasn't able to do it because then I hit the wall on the outside instead. I always want to make sure the scatter arrow goes on the inside. And yeah, basically whoever gives up their position first is usually the one who loses. Yeah, keep up your sonar arrow as much as you can so you have a vision on the enemy opponent, as you know that they have their own as well. So you got to make sure that you kind of like peek out and fake that you're kind of like peeking at the same time, right? It allows you to know whether or not the sonar is up. Looks like he's in there. Yeah, I felt like he was going to go in there. So I got 1 shot off. I got 1 scatter arrow. Lucky enough. Going to try to see if I can get another one off. Or I can actually, I could just get that headshot. So, I mean, of course, your aim is really important when it comes to Hanzo. Peeking whenever at the right time, and also trying to predict where they're going. And of course we got Bastion. Of course. Bastion. So usually it can come down to the one who gets the turret up first. So I'm going to try to see if I can jump and get a good position on using my sentry mode. Got a few shots off. But whenever you get shot, you always want to see if you can use a repair. But if they're repairing, you can always run up to them and catch them off guard, and you can just finish them off. It's really important for aiming as well. Going for headshots is always really nice. But usually whoever sets up first is the one who's going to win, because it does a lot of damage at once, right? And the other person is going to be trying to go back and repair. And anyways, yeah, we're going to Symmetra. So Symmetra, you can always be more aggressive, or you can be very defensive. I like to be aggressive. I like to throw my balls and just set up random turrets, so whenever they chase me, they take damage. And then if they take initial damage, if they're the first ones to take damage from your turrets, and they don't shoot a ball at you, then you will win the fight no matter what. Unless, of course, they have turrets set up too. I'm going to set up my turret here. See if they chase me. Oh, yeah, okay, so they took a little bit of damage, so yep, I'm definitely going to win this fight. So I always want to make sure if they take initial damage that they are the ones who, that you are the one who initiates the fight. Because they start off with low health, right? And you always want to go and take them out as fast as possible. Alright, so Genji. Most of the time, it's whoever gets the first dash off that on which who wins. As long as the dash hits them, you want to make sure that you get away from their dash. Oh, okay, so it looks like he was able to get me. Deflecting as much as possible. Okay, let's see if I can hit him. Nice. Ooh, I was at 10 health left. So any extra damage, basically, if I took 1 more hit, I would have been taken out. That one is pretty self-explanatory, I think. And we got fair versus fair. So on this one, what you want to do is stay away from walls and also the ground as much as possible. Because the more you are on the ground, or the more you are next to a wall, the higher ability or the higher chance that you get hit with splash damage, right? And basically you'll be able to get whittled away. And it's really hard to get those direct hits, which is what you want the enemy to only try to get on you. Alright, so he puts himself away from the wall, pretty smart. Alright, I'm gonna go for the direct hit. Ooh, I got a direct hit. Come on. I got it. You got hit as well. Let me try to see if I get it. Oh, nice. Got that second direct hit. GG. So yeah, it's pretty intense. You can get pretty intense this time. It really depends on which heroes you get picked. A lot of the times I've been getting Symmetra, I think. But yeah, anyways. Yeah, it's GG. Good game by this guy. So we get looks like we were able to get play the game. I don't know what kind of play the game they choose. It's pretty random sometimes. It could be like the worst play of the game, or it could be the best play of the game. I don't know, of course. Yeah, it's always just one person. Yeah, anyways, and also at the end it gives you a screen in which tells you which games you've won. It could go up to 9 games total. And you actually do get quite a bit of EXP. I mean, we get the first win of the day, which is 1500, and you get like what, total of like 2341. It's not too bad actually. It's a good way to level up, I think, and also it's just pretty fun. It's a good arena type. But I think we're going to get into another round of 5 and see how that goes. Alright, so we're getting into the next round of 9 and see how this goes. Oh, looks like you got Tracer. I was just like, hey! Oh, he's just like that too. Got the same victory pose. Alright, so for Tracer versus Tracer, what you want to do is always try to make sure that you recall whenever you take damage. And you always want to make them recall first, of course. So you always try to get small picks off, even if it's from far range. Alright, like that. So you just want to whittle away at them whenever you can. And it looks like he were able to do a lot of damage, and he didn't recall yet. Alright, that's a late recall. Definitely didn't get any of his healing back. So you always want to chase the other Tracer if they are weak. But you always want to make sure that you don't fall into their trap. Sometimes whenever they are weak, they like to peek around the corner and wait for you and just get those free headshots off and get the jump. But that's yeah, that's how you play Tracer. So we got Widowmaker versus Widowmaker. This is going to be interesting because a lot of people I know like to use the hook shot right away. Yeah, they did it. Not this one. A lot of them like to start off with it, and if you get the first pick off while they're in the air, it puts you ahead. But the thing is though, some people are really good at hook shots and they can get them off pretty well. But you don't want to be the one to do it if you're not very good at using your hook shots. Oh, that was so close. So if I peeked out, I might have died. Okay. So damn, getting picked off. Super intense. Oh, that was looking. Oh, I was wondering. I was like, where did the Widowmaker go? Because she hooked up and then she didn't actually go all the way up in the air. I think she kind of just faked it. Some pretty crazy strats going on here. Alright, so we got another Pharah versus Pharah. Y'all know how this one goes, right? Stay away from walls and the ground and stay in the air as much as possible. Go for those direct hits whenever you can. Or if they're next to a wall, shoot the wall behind them or next to them. Oh, okay. Looks like he's staying away from a wall. Well, actually, he's kind of close to the wall. A little bit too close. But it's pretty hard to kind of figure out whether or not you're close to a wall if you don't know the map very well, right? Ooh, ooh. Oh, wow. Okay, we actually got a draw. We were actually able to kill each other. That's pretty hilarious. So, I didn't know you can actually get a draw in this kind of game. Maybe is it Pharah versus Pharah only? Maybe it might actually happen to Symmetra if the turrets kill you, right? We'll have to see. Anyways. But yeah, for this one, it's the same thing as the last game. Always like to be aggressive. Putting my sentry turrets down at weird locations and try to draw them into it. So, looks like he's taking damage. Don't want to be too aggressive. Want to kind of back out a little bit. Looks like nice. Got him. So I knew I was pretty much going to win that fight because he wasn't shooting at me. I think he was too busy putting down the other turrets. And even if there were 2 turrets on me, I still do more damage than those 2 turrets put together. Alright, so now Junkrat. Junkrat is a little bit of a tricky one. You always want to try to save your mine, or the concussive mine, for attack. You don't always want to use it to gain several really good heights. It's good to use it for the first one to get up here quick, but after that you always want to save it for you always want to try to save it for damage, because it does a lot of damage. And oh, I got an extra hit actually. I got a good grenade hit on him. And you just want to spam as much as possible. But the thing is, if you spam, you got to make sure to know that it gives away your position. And if you don't know where the other Junkrat is, it's very dangerous. Okay, so I know where he is. He's up there. All right, I got my concussive mine. Oh, he's right here. Yep. Throw it in their face. That's pretty much what you want to do. Always use a concussive mine for that kind of situation. All right, so it's Mei versus Mei. This one is a very tricky one as well. The thing is, you always want to make the other mates freeze first, because if they freeze first and you continuously shoot your freeze, your main attack, you always be the first one to freeze them, and you always win that fight. So you just have to make sure that they freeze first, and that's really difficult because you have to either use your ice block and then make them. Ow, okay. So I use my ice block first, but then she is really close to me, right? I mean, not really close. She's really far away from me. But if she's really close, she can actually freeze me if I'm in my ice block once I get out. You can either fake it by using your own ice block, or you can try to make them feel safe by using your ice wall. Doesn't look like he knows the strategy, but so I'm gonna try to see if I can get him to freeze first. Put the ice wall for me to stop the freeze. Getting a few shots off. Okay, so now she froze. I'm just gonna spam my first attack, and I win the freeze fight. GG. Yeah, that's how you win May versus May. It's kind of tricky on trying to figure out ways to make them freeze first. But we had a pretty good game. Not too bad. Yeah, that's how you do May versus May. And just give him a GG. So, but yeah, Toasty 0. He did okay, not too bad. But, I mean, it's a very new mode. Very new game mode. And it takes a while to kind of figure out what to do. And wow, okay, the jaw was the play of the game. Kempa. But yeah, yeah, good game. I find it very fun, very intense, and there's a lot of different types of strategies that come out when you have these different types of heroes, and it can get very tricky sometimes, and it's always fun to kind of explore this new type of game mode. But yeah, anyways, I think that's going to be it. Let me know if you guys want me to do another continuation of different heroes for 1v1 or 3v3. But yeah, anyways, I just want to say thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.